Mic check, mic check.
Welcome to Tony and Chelsea Live. Thursdays at 5 o'clock, we look at your pictures and cover the latest in photo news.
Today's show is brought to you by Audible.
And I wanted to talk about one of my favorite books of all time. It's available as an audiobook. It's Ready Player One, a science fiction book that I know a lot of you are hearing about now because the trailers are everywhere for the movie that's coming out. So get in quick.
Are you psyched?
I am psyched. Go to audible.com/photo, PHOTO, and you can get a free trial and you can download the Ready Player One audiobook, and in just 14 hours of driving or working out or whatever, you will have consumed that. And then you can be that snob who watches the movie and says, I like the book better.
Yeah, maybe I'll listen just so I can say that to you.
But genuinely, I've listened to Ready Player One. It's narrated by Will Wheaton, and it's a fantastic book. Check it out. If you were listening to Ready Player One on Audible, you'd feel things like the hair raising on the back of your neck or a shiver down your spine, because with an Audible sci-fi performance so powerful you can feel transported to another dimension even while sitting in traffic. Start a 30-day trial and your first Audible book is free. Learn more at audible.com/photo. Thanks for sponsoring us. You can communicate with us during the show in a couple of ways. You can use hashtag TCLive on Instagram to share your pictures, or on Twitter. And if you use Twitter, our producer Justin here in the studio can toss it up on the screen. What you drinking tonight, Justin?
Tears.
What was that, Chelsea?
Tears.
Tears.
I just took the last bit of that ginger beer up there. So dark and stormy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was like,
same for me.
Don't be playing like there's nothing in that ginger beer, Justin.
Or you can
Siobhan,
write a comment.
What are you drinking? Tears.
I'm drinking a Yard's Love Stout.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
Wow.
Is that a fancy
good.
Philly beer?
It is.
Oh, keeping
It's
it
not
local.
that fancy.
Today we're looking at your contrast photos. So the contrast could be the mood, it could be a contrast in colors, or it could be like lit in a contrasty way. So visit sdp.io/submit during the live show and send it up, and we'll take a look at it in just a couple of minutes.
This thumbnail is contrasty.
It is.
Contrasty picture with a contrasty logo. So I feel like we nailed it.
With a contrasty mood, because you're actually feeling quite different from what that photo conveys.
Yeah. Next week, we'll be looking at your action photos. I want to see movement. I want to see excitement. I don't care if the person's in a sports uniform, but just standing there. That's not action. I want to see sweat flying off of them, or sod flying up from their cleats, dust going all over on the baseball diamond. Show us action. Or a bird diving and snatching its prey, like in this photo. But show us action, real action. Maybe someone walking away from an explosion, like in an action movie, and they don't look back because they're just like, explosions are so overdone for them.
Yeah, I explode so much stuff.
Yeah.
That I can't look back. While you're sending your photos in, we can go over some news. We just saw that Sony got an A7S II on the space station, like on the freaking International Space Station. And it's out there generating video and taking some amazing 4K footage. Do you happen to have those clips, Justin?
Yeah, we sure do.
Oh, yeah, look at this stuff. Somewhere on there, it's there. I looked at how they like, of course, they have to put it in some sort of housing because you don't just stick something in outer space because of like gamma rays and stuff. So they have to put it in this big housing.
I hate gamma rays.
And I got super nerdy because I noticed, you'll see it in the lower right corner there, they use this 28 to 135 f4 zoom lens. But it just seemed weird to me because it's not a problem during the day. You can see they're at like f16, but at night they really, I don't know, they had to use a very high ISO, and I would have put a prime lens on there.
Are you going to be a photo consultant for the space station now?
Just saying, nobody asked me. But kudos to them. Like, the hard part is getting it on the space station. That's way harder
You're a
than just
troll.
picking the right lens.
You're a troll. You are the person in our comments that pointed out that I spelled contrast contrast. That's you right now.
It's not literally me.
Oh, the TSA, they're going to be checking your camera stuff more thoroughly, right?
Right. Anything
Unless-
bigger than a phone.
Anything bigger than a phone.
They want you to take it out. You know how you had to put your laptops in that separate bin?
Mm-hmm.
And which makes me not travel with a laptop often. And when I do have to travel with a laptop, I hate it because I have to pull it out of my bag and put it in there.
I've seen you. You're not graceful about it. But if you have the pre-check thing, you can just leave it in your bag, your camera.
Right. And we got the pre-check. That's just a link, sdp.io/pre-check. Get your pre-check. Because
Get your
we will
pre-check
sometimes travel with like 3-4 cameras. If Justin's with us, we might have 5 or 6 cameras.
They make us put Justin in the bin, and I think that's insulting, Justin.
Yeah, so you'd have to be taking everything out of your bag. I don't know if it applies to lenses since they're not like technically electronics, but I bet they'd want you to pull it out and put everything in these bins. And
I
then
like how you imagine it would make sense somehow.
I'm trying to apply TSA logic to stuff.
Don't.
The other big news this week is Nikon announced the development of the D850, and all they really told us about it was that it would do 8K time lapses, which is completely not noteworthy because the time lapse is just a series of photos stitched together, and lots of cameras could do an 8K time lapse. It does tell us a little bit about the sensor, like it's 36 megapixels or more. But since then, a bunch of photos seem to have leaked of it, and we can tell a few things about it, like it has a tilting screen, which is great, just like the D500. It seems to have illuminated buttons like the D500, which are 2 features I really loved. It has that sweet liquid crystal display on the top. Whew.
Dang.
I know,
technology.
right? Finally.
Can I tell you some sad personal news for you about Nikon?
Yeah.
Okay. They sent other influencers
Can we talk about this?
a cake
What? Really?
shaped like a Nikon camera to celebrate their 100th anniversary. I know. Are you okay?
No cake for us?
They didn't send us cake.
Wow.
I guarantee I'm the photo reviewer that likes cake the most. I know.
Who got cake?
I can no longer say this channel is unbiased. They've hurt me deeply.
Did Gampat get cake?
Yeah, he got his own damn cake.
Gampat!
He's just sitting there eating cake.
Gampat! Why don't we have a boom camera for shops like that? Oh, man.
Why? I think we should send them a cake with a picture of us crying without a cake.
Yeah, I think that's a great
Okay,
idea.
we'll do that. We'll work on it.
Okay. In other news, Nikon is dead to us. We'll import some of your pictures. Hopefully.
One day.
Entertain people, Chelsea.
I don't want to.
Lightroom.
I'm not one of those organ grinder monkeys. I'm
Lightroom says
just a
they're
very
working on
tan woman
performance.
with a cool
Adobe
shirt.
is.
Oh, Siobhan, your number one YouTuber keeps walking by behind you.
Thanks to everybody who
Yeah,
subscribed.
she's really
to Learn
subtly
Bird.
trying to
She's like,
get on
oh,
the show.
me? Oh, I just happened to be going this way.
Yep, her and the dog.
They're like a little cartoon. Okay. This is one of those themes where people are just going to try to push their favorite picture through. We're on to that. We've been doing this a while. Like, his antenna's yellow. What are you up to?
I don't know. I'm trying to find some more random way to organize these pictures.
I knew that was Louis Chan. And
Yeah,
yes,
I spotted it
I
right
see
away.
the
That's a
contrast, the
beautiful
red and the
picture.
blue. You've got good color contrast going on, and it's just a great overall picture. So pick for Louis Chan. Thanks for staying on theme, Louis. This is some contrast, black and white. Yeah. I like this picture. This is actually lacking in contrast, I think, because it's HDR. Do you see how flat it looks? Oh,
Yeah, that's one thing to be
man.
careful about is HDR will reduce the contrast in your images. Yeah, and you can kind of tell by looking at that histogram, there's nothing kind of at the extremes. I
Yes.
do like that you brought some detail back into the sky, Bear.
Red and green.
Yeah, I like the little bit of action too. It just makes it a little more interesting.
I would, since the theme is the contrast, I would make it even more exaggerated. And maybe even pull a T Northrup, crop it in, and make the red ball the star of the show. Uh-oh.
A failed eclipse
Did you
practice.
melt your filter like Tony did?
Oh, is that what that is? I wonder. I don't know what else it could be. I think that's a super cool image. Nonetheless, I just found it really interesting to look at.
In beer we trust.
There's definitely a lot of kind of visual contrast there. It's nicely lit.
Yeah. I might.
Yeah, that's really pretty. And I like the composition with the wine bottle there too.
Let's go into colors, and then we'll go into blues and bring up the luminance and just brighten that up a bit. Nice. Why does it keep doing this? Someone said, I predict a lot of silhouettes on this show, and I didn't think of that till they said it.
I feel like I want to just pull in a little tighter on this one guy because I think he's the star of the image, right? And I think the contrast becomes a little more clear here. If you were to brighten it up some.
What the heck?
What's going
Oh,
on?
wow.
Do we really have the same images in over and over again?
I don't think so. It doesn't feel that way to me.
Okay. I'm sorry. Where were we?
This beach photo.
Oh, okay.
This is beautiful. I love drone photos and great contrast. You have these creamy kind of pinky colors and then the blues and the white. It's all about the color. It's all about the contrast in this photo. This is exactly what I was thinking of. You get a pick. Look at this person's shadow.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Look, there
And
were
the
two.
scale of it
There were
all.
two sets of footprints, and then there were one. Just saying. Why?
Oh,
Why?
I don't know what's going on with lighting today.
Yeah, green and yellow. We have
That's
some
gorgeous.
and red. We have good color contrast here.
Yeah, it's
I
just
actually
painterly. I love
like
the
that
movement in
it's,
it.
yeah, I love that there's movement and it's not perfectly sharp. You know what? Quite frankly, that gets
You get a
boring for
pick.
me. This is interesting. Let's look at Bear's
Okay,
photo.
I don't know.
300 more
I do not know what's
times.
going on. We just
He's
keep going to
getting,
the
like,
next photo.
The most coverage. This is the Bear photo show.
I'm just going to see if it still happens.
Oh,
Okay, I think
you
maybe
fixed
we're in the
it?
clear.
This is a Bugatti.
Yeah, they're both Bugattis. Oh, remember we saw that?
New and old
wait,
Bugatti?
are they models? Is the lower one a
Oh,
model?
old versus new.
Oh, they're in a little wind tunnel too.
I think it
That's
is a
super-
model because see how this is like jacked up like a toy?
Yeah. Did Gabriel put his models in a wind tunnel? That's an awesome idea.
Gabriel, what? Tell us more.
Yeah, cool shots. Okay,
At
you get a pick.
hashtag TC Live.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh. I don't have.
Sorry, Cole. I just have no idea why it keeps doing that. Could it be? Oh, I bet I know why. Because here, let's just.
Okay. You tried something fancy.
Yeah, and it didn't work out for me.
There's lots of
Will
contrast.
Eastwick.
I like how she's positioned. If she had just been positioned over here on the brick wall, it would have been too busy of a background, but you put her in front of this black part, and now you have the contrast between her blonde hair and fair skin. Good on you, Will. Beer.
Unbelievable.
Oh, I love beets. What is 3 surrealistic moods of Dolly's vegetables?
I don't know.
Honestly, what
It's
is
a super
happening?
fascinating picture. It's got a cabbage with glasses on it.
What
I mean,
the hell? I
bifocal
don't know who
specifically.
you are or what you're doing, but I
Wait,
like you very much, you
there's
strange.
this
What?
other page in the book is reaching out
This person,
around the page. I don't know what's happening here, but
they
you get a
like
pick.
beets and they're weird, and I give them a pick. I want a beet salad. This is like the background of a motivational poster. Like, we will persist, build your deck. I will come through. There's not that much contrast, but I do like your spirit. Yeah, there's contrast. I lied. Oh my gosh, why is this bird lonely in the rain?
Yeah, if anything, this
That's
might be a
actually
little
the
bit
name
washed
of my
out.
autobiography.
So we can up the contrast quite a bit. Maybe brighten it up a little bit. And there's some kind of weird glow around the bird too, right? But nonetheless, I think it's a good picture.
It's like that
I
show
like
Touched
birds
by
in the
an
rain.
Angel.
This is some gorgeous light.
Yeah, this is beautiful. Like a city woman. I bet she's listening to Audible.
You know what I would do is I'd grab the adjustment brush here and I'd actually dodge that some. Don't you feel like we could just bring her up a little bit?
Yes, but I worry that people don't understand that she is actually probably an assassin because she's wearing like 6-inch platform heels in the city. You would have to be a goddamn ninja to do that. So I'm concerned about whoever was around her.
Okay, well that was a super rough edit, but hopefully
That's
you
great
get the idea.
contrast. Yeah.
Yeah, I just made it pop a little bit more. I don't know
Ben
what's going
Watson.
on here. Is this a laser
Just
pointer or
like, when it's late. Wait, let's get rid of your brush here.
it is contrasty.
It's
I'll
contrasty.
give you that, Ben.
Yeah,
Emil?
this is contrasty.
Yeah, I think it's a gorgeous shot too. I love
It's very
shooting
cool.
bands because of all the lights and special effects that they have going on. The fog really makes it.
Yeah. Okay, got some color contrast.
I
Let's
feel like,
bump
yeah.
the contrast.
Surprised how often we're adding contrast to these photos.
Yeah. Guys.
I might even go a little tighter because it conveys to me that it
Well, it's
feels
like-
like it's on the hood of a hot tub or something.
Yeah, or like a truck. Just kidding. Out of control, sorry. Whatever. You know what we're talking about. This is the front of a washing machine. Good contrast. Last week I said the Brooklyn Bridge was in London and I got someone. They were like, "Oh no." Dumb. I won.
Yeah, we do that
Trolling.
regularly just for
Trollo.
plausible deniability
Yeah, because
when we do
we're
say
very
stupid
dumb.
things.
We say stupid things, so now we do it on purpose.
I think that's gorgeous. I
This-
gave you a pick.
I'm gonna give this a pick. I would put it in my gallery if I
Dang.
had one.
Look at this.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm just
Why do
again
guys like
kind of
planes
making
so
a
much?
little pop to it. Pick.
Do you know why, Siobhan? Me either. It's weird. This is beautiful.
Yeah, I think the shot's great.
I love the light. I do love the contrast. She's got the kind of glasses only a beautiful woman can pull off. I'm gonna give her a pick.
Oh, that's a sweet moment.
Yeah.
Christian Soder.
Good light. Definitely good contrast. Let's ask Siobhan if she has questions.
Okay. I'm just gonna.
You
pull a
do,
tighter
don't
on
you?
that one.
I do. I also have 2 money comments.
Dang.
You're the OG.
Our already amazing friend Roderick just gave us 50 euros
Wow.
What?
for nothing. He didn't even ask anything.
That's
All right.
money.
Thank you, Roderick. That's like
He's a gentleman and a scholar.
What is Roderick? Oh yeah, he sells liquor. Roderick,
oh, what a hero.
you're generous. Meanwhile, I got people in our free readers group complaining that it's not exactly what they want. And then Roderick's just like handing out the dollars. What else, Siobhan?
Josh Ziesinis gave us $5 and said, I just want to see Chelsea get excited about a super chat.
I love super chat, but I thought it was called money comments, which is a real greedy term for it. What else?
What is the worst thing one of your cameras has gone through and survived?
Oh, survived.
I left a 5D Mark II just flat out outside,
Oh yeah.
and it just rained all
It
night.
rained.
But it was fine in
It
the
was
morning.
fine.
They've been through worse things and not survived. I will say, if you count drones as cameras, our drones have been through some hard
Well, the other
times.
day, our drone flew right into a tree.
Yeah, it was totally
It made
its
it.
fault. I don't know why.
It was
It
like,
just decided to take off sideways. It was just
I
doing
find
active tracking and then
trains-
boom.
I find drones really embarrassing
Yeah.
because we'll put them up for a vlog and they're following you. And then someone rode up to us, we're kayaking, and it's a woman. She's like, "You taught my son piano lessons." And then I'm just sitting there and it's like, I'm like, my life is so dumb. Then
have
it
this
runs
very
into a
loud thing
tree.
monitoring
They're the most annoying thing. I'm not a good drone spokesperson. Good images, weird experience. What else, Siobhan?
Troy just gave us $2 and said, Roderick, my 152 pence trumps your 50 quid.
What is that, like a British slam or something?
Yes.
Are they going into some British rap battle?
This is like a money comment, like rap battle, and I can't lose.
Yeah, I support that.
Oh, I saw a rap battle with compliments, and I recommend everybody look that up. It was real funny. What else?
Sounds really pure.
It wasn't. It got filthy, to be honest.
Eli asked, may you ask if Tony has any odd socks? I can't imagine Tony with odd socks.
Wow. You know what I hate about our life? You wear a NASA shirt, and people insist you work at NASA. I wear a NASA shirt, and they're like, "What does NASA stand for, little girl?" And people assume you don't have mismatched socks, but I know the man behind the legend.
I
All
have
mismatched socks.
a huge pile of mismatched socks, and I can't even believe it.
Yeah,
Because I make a point, when I buy socks, I will buy like
all the same.
30 pairs of the same socks,
Yeah.
so that won't happen. But I still have a pile of
It's
at least
almost
like
like-
30 mismatched
It's
socks.
almost like socks from other places find you just to get lost for you.
And how many times have I brought you a sock being like, "Hey, I found your sock," and you're like, "No, that's your sock."
Yeah, I'm like, it's this big and it's brown wool. Why do you think that's mine? Well, Siobhan, one more before we move on to more pictures.
Sure.
Dang, that's a great portrait.
Where is the next Wanderlust going to be?
New England. It really is.
Just everywhere?
I don't know yet, but
I
Eric
guess
and
the answer is
Stephanie are
no.
coming here. I don't know why they're in every episode of Wanderlust, but we really like them, and they're a lot of fun. And we're inviting them to our home and our area to show them around. It's probably going to be more boring. Eric's a far better planner than us. We don't plan anything, do we, Tony?
Not generally.
So we'll see. It's probably going to disappoint him. But this time we'll use footage if he throws a temper tantrum about it. That's what the episode's going to be about. So fair warning, Eric.
Sounds like a threat.
Yeah, it's a threat.
I love this picture by Marissa Moxley. I just up the contrast a little bit, but I don't know, just so
That's
abstract,
really
right?
Cool.
You get a pick. Do you want to look at Chit Chat?
Yeah, we don't have a lot of chit chat for reasons, so I'm not going to get into it. Busy Boy 42 said, "Can someone remind me, did these two have a book? We just got burned, Tony."
I feel like he's being sarcastic.
He is. That's why I
That's-
said we got burned. He
Busy Boy 42, you got us.
He got us. Grant said 4 things. Guitar intro to Jolene is one of the best. Agreed. Perhaps the saddest song ever is Glenn Campbell's Wichita Lineman. Don't know about it.
Oh, I'm looking that one up. If it's sadder than Jolene,
No, Jolene, you said the saddest song was the one about the guy that the lady cheated on him or something.
yeah, Kenny
Ruby.
Rogers.
Ruby.
Ruby.
Yes.
take
Octagon
your love to
always
town.
telling you what to do. No entiendo nada. What is Octagon?
Oh, you were mad at stop
Oh.
signs.
Stop signs.
I can't believe I have to explain this back to you.
I'm still angry about it. And then
Oh, yeah.
Levi getting his little sis on board was a stroke of genius. Such
I
lovely
agree.
kids.
Those two have a fantastic dynamic.
They
on
do.
their
It was
YouTube
hilarious.
channel.
So
Lerman Burr.
we plugged Siobhan's stepson's YouTube. what's his name? Lerman
Lerman.
Burr. He had 9 subscribers. You guys took him up to like 200. You made his day. His next YouTube video was like buzzing with excitement. He had his little sister with him. It was the cutest thing ever. He's pretty funny. There's something.
I was just trying to find his channel again, but oh, there we are. Lerman Burr.
Oh, there it is. Talking episode 4. Do you watch Levi's
What is
video,
my favorite
Siobhan?
water ice? That's a good one.
237 subscribers.
I just watched a couple today.
They're so
You're
sweet.
just now getting on the Lerman Burr bandwagon?
No, I'd already watched some of his earlier work.
I did.
But I had to catch up.
I've been a fan since day one. And I've been watching his videos and they're improving. And I
He
like
needs an editor.
he gets the fans involved. He's like, "Did you like what I just did there?"
But
I
he
could
and
learn from
Eloise have a great dynamic.
They do.
Almost as good as Tony and Chelsea.
Very
They're right up
similar.
there.
Very similar. Okay.
Yeah, they're working on it.
They're working on it. And then Jet said, "Holy, you guys are pretty gangster for putting this out." And I didn't see what video I was talking about. And I was like, "I'm a gangster? Like, probably. What video is he talking about?" The GH5 tutorial.
Oh my God, that's
This-
just 2 hours. I thought I was going to die, and Siobhan probably spent way more time on it than I did. Did you die after that
She's
GH5
dead.
tutorial, Siobhan?
Tony, there were 3 hours of footage
Oh my God.
that got cut down to 2 hours.
Yeah,
Your
'cause there's
poor
always-
voice.
There's always like a good hour of me trying to get the Wi-Fi to work, which is always cut down to about 2.5 minutes.
Oh, I was making fun of the fact that he thought it was gangster, but you seem to agree.
Oh yeah, it's hardcore.
Gangster. It's gangster. Okay. And then that was it. I thought there was something cool. There was probably a cool comment.
Steve Waller,
That's contrast.
dude in an underpass. I like that picture a lot. You get a picture.
Wow. You're pandering and it's working. Pick.
I think it's a good cityscape. I can't say that it necessarily speaks to contrast for me, but
Somebody
it's good.
recommended
nice long exposure.
Cityscape be a theme for one of our live shows.
Oh yeah,
On
that's a good one.
Patreon. We have a Patreon page and you can vote on the theme. So if you're a Patreon person, you can go do that.
I thought this
Timmy
guy was
Larson.
photographing an explosion or something, but it must be
Oh
some
my
big
God.
art installation. Or
I don't know.
can we just?
You want to peek?
Oh
my gosh.
No, they're onto us.
They're on to us.
Cool shot. Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
that's some contrast, some color contrast. I like that. There's color.
yeah, I would just bring up the shadows.
Flutter
so
by.
show a little more detail. We got to see more of those eyes.
I see what you did there.
Fahad.
Mm,
This is a gorgeous spot. I
what
feel like
is,
there's stuff in here that isn't key, right? It might be is a little off level.
nobody knows.
And I don't know. The sky is so gorgeous, but at the same time, I
cool.
just feel like there's lots of distractions in here. What? Am I all alone on this?
I'm just watching to see where it goes.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Whoa. Kitty.
That's a cat.
What's the photo called?
I think it's Pet Me. I really like this coffee bean M&M thing. I'm giving you a pick. It's all my favorite things wrapped into one, but
Contrasty yummy.
yeah, that's
Okay.
just a brilliant idea, Amber. I love that. That's fantastic.
So
I can't even explain why. I just really like it.
because you like coffee and M&Ms, I'm just gonna take a stab at it. This is weird. Whenever you haven't got the butt, you haven't got the shot. I like that philosophy. It also frightens me. Let's bring up the exposure and the contrast. Let's make sure the whites are kind of light. They're cute. Like it. I think when I think of domesticated animals, it kind of creeps me out because I'd be pretty upset if someone did that to me. Which reminds me of the book Slaughterhouse-Five. Did you read it? Kurt Vonnegut?
Maybe. I think you showed. There's a movie, right? I think you showed me the movie. I know you showed me
Yeah,
some
but the
Vonnegut
movie's
movies.
not. I don't want to be that person, but like
You do want to be that person.
I do want to be that person, but like the technology wasn't there yet.
Oh, for the special effects.
Yeah, because it was sci-fi, and sometimes they try to make a sci-fi movie, and the special effects just aren't there. The book is extremely good. If you have a good imagination, I guess. If you have a crap imagination, maybe the movie's better.
Wait, this reminds you of Slaughterhouse-Five?
No, this one.
Oh,
The end of Slaughterhouse-Five. Never mind. Okay, are there spoilers for a book that old? I don't really know the etiquette at that point.
I'm actually going to up the contrast a little bit, but I think it's a great product shot. I like the little things scattered about. Pods.
Yes. Yeah.
Why don't you mute yourself and tell me what you're trying to say?
Nothing. I like this a lot. This is a unique angle.
Yeah, it's really interesting that it's kind of taken with like a super wide angle lens. I think it's really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Nice job. Compelling shot. Light contrast.
Yeah. I like that you just told us what you were going for and you did it. I'm going to give you a pick. What? No.
There's
Lie
a
to me,
quarter on the
Alex.
lily pad
Humans.
or a coin of some kind.
Humans.
He says no spot color was used.
He's so full of it. He could explode. You know what Judge Judy says? Don't pee on my leg and tell me it's raining. Alex.
I trust Alex.
Wow. Oh, generic name. Tony looks like Anderson Cooper. This photo is very beautiful. I'm going to give it a pick and 5 stars.
Why are people just messing with you? I feel like somehow it's
You
building.
think you're messing with me? But now people know you as the guy that did this to photography.
Mark's doodle
Siobhan,
line.
could you write a blog about this guy's picture, please? His name. Look him up on Google. Find out his family so you can send them the blog when you're done.
No, all I
I'll
see
call
is
him
one
out
guy.
on my live show recap.
Okay.
This almost looks like spot color again, right?
I don't like that deer's face.
What's going on?
Yeah.
But I think it's a cool shot.
Krakow. We got to go to Poland, Tony. That's
yeah,
there.
I see.
I don't see a lot of contrast.
I see what
today.
this is. I just feel like there's a lot of distractions.
I
in
like
there.
it.
Oh, that's
Oh.
gorgeous.
This is
It's-
actually a very low contrast.
Yeah,
photo.
it's pretty.
It's
It is very low
gorgeous.
contrast. You feel like
Do I want to
this
put
might
it?
have been edited in post?
I don't know,
Feels-
but I love this picture, but it's not high contrast. But this is.
Yeah.
Pick.
Just gonna.
This is great. I'm gonna give this a pick.
I like it. It just feels a little unbalanced
No.
to me.
Trust me.
No.
I'm a photographer. Is this for real? What? That's beautiful.
Yeah, I think it's real and gorgeous. I give it a pick.
This is real and gorgeous, like Tony. Siobhan, do you have any questions?
Sure, I do.
Oh, this one gets
Uh-oh,
a
you
pick.
suddenly
It's a,
got very quiet.
it's a great shot. Contrast in generations, but I love it. Just everything contrasts about these guys, the way they're dressed.
My fault.
Awesome shot.
Oh, but I love that older gentleman's coat and hat match the background to the right.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
This guy's
So
cool.
good.
You win, Eli.
Roddy's Kitchen gave us $5 and said supporting the channel. Keep
Oh.
up the great content.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.
I
You and
appreciate
your
your
kitchen.
support.
I love this money comment battle.
Yeah, people are getting real intense, and I like it.
Question on Twitter about Tony's congenital anosmia.
Oh.
Do you have trouble smelling things, or can you literally not smell at all?
Oh, I literally can't smell at all.
He literally cannot smell at all.
I was
And
sure the question was going to be, can you taste?
I was going to
'Cause
say,
that's the first
I
thing
know your next question
everybody
is, can you
asks.
taste? And he can taste, but he likes very spicy, pungent food.
Yeah, and I don't know if that's just me because my dad is the same way. Like he eats extremely spicy stuff, but at the same time, if you couldn't smell stuff, most food seems bland to me.
Yeah. This is also
And-
New England, so it's really hard to tell.
But that's part of it. I don't remember having this experience when I was eating like Tex-Mex in Texas. But yeah, since I've been in New England, I've just like have to put hot sauce and, I like Indian food, like really rich foods. But yeah, it's total anosmia. I don't pick up on anything.
I haven't showered in 8 years.
Can I just, because everybody who smells doesn't pick this up, but to me, the sense of smell is almost like clairvoyance. Like the dogs in particular, we'll be walking the dogs and suddenly they will stop and sniff something because they know that something happened there in the past. And there's no evidence of it, not to me, but they know that an animal fought there, maybe something died there, and they will be fascinated by that. And it's more obvious to me in the winter when we had a fresh snowfall because there'll be a set of tracks. And my dog Sandy her nose will lock onto it and she'll follow those tracks. But she does that all the time. It's just that when there's a snowfall, I can now see that she's following something.
Yeah.
But every other time she puts her nose down and follows something, there was some animal that just went through. And she has this power of clairvoyance to know that
It's called smell.
in the past, something had happened there. And she can even tell like stuff that's going on about it. It's a bizarre sense when you think about it. You know what freaks me out is sometimes you'll get into an elevator and people will be like, man, who had that cologne in here? And like, that's freaky that you can just know that someone in the past had been in there and that they wore a particular cologne or even tell what type of cologne it is. It's freaky. You people are freaks.
Meanwhile, you never know when stuff is cooked. Like, I'll be like, is something burning?
That's how
Is there a
that's how we
gas
tell
leak?
whether something is cooked.
Tony, you're going to die.
You want to hear the story about when I figured out that I couldn't smell? Because it's not like people test your vision and your hearing. Nobody tests that. And I didn't realize it. I didn't really understand it until I was in marching band, of course. And I had to put on my marching uniform in a bathroom. And I thought it was weird because it was the closest bathroom, but it was empty. And I'm changing and several people come in and then immediately leave. And then finally a friend comes in and he looks at me and he sees me and he's like, what are you doing in here? You're going to die. And apparently, again, with the clairvoyance, something awful had happened in that bathroom in the past that left a strong, strong odor that was making people walk in and then immediately leave. And I was like, I have no idea. I was like, oh, okay, I guess I should leave. And he was like, but how are you in here? No human could survive in this room and you're just hanging out in here. What is wrong with you? And that's when I realized, oh, I guess I just don't have a sense of smell. I don't know. It wasn't until I was like 16 when I even realized it.
Yeah, you told me people would make you smell things, so you just breathe like a flower. You'd be like, why do people do this?
Yeah, I just thought that's what people do is they held a flower up and then they're like, oh, that's lovely. And so that's what I always did. I just always pretended I could smell stuff, but I didn't, it happens since you're a little kid. I just went along with it.
I'm like your smelling nose wife because I'll often be like, Tony, it smells like fresh rain out here. And you'll be like, what does that smell like? I'll be like dirt and leaves and...
I know. Sometimes it's upsetting. You'll be like, oh man, it smells like pencils. And I'll be like, pencils smell? Since when do pencils smell? I thought because I know a lot about smell. Like I know skunk smell and I know fresh cut grass smells and stuff.
You get really mad when I tell you something new smells. You'd be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
You're usually not missing out on much, to be honest. Okay, this picture is beautiful. I love the aurora. We have purple and green, contrasting colors, very beautiful.
Yeah, gorgeous
I
shot,
might
Gabe.
actually just bring up the luminance of the purple a bit.
Yeah. Got to get a pic. I like that he not only didn't just take a picture of the borealis, but he like composed it. He made artistic
He made art.
judgments about it. Wow.
Woman on the Rock.
Not a comp, Tony.
It does look like it could be.
Yeah, it sure.
I'm going to give it a pick. It's very
Yeah, of
beautiful.
course.
Though it's not
Clean your sensor, though, man.
very contrasty, but it's still beautiful.
Oh, but I just love the layers of it. It's like an example of the rule of thirds. What happened?
You're
Did
an
we-
example of the rule of thirds.
Oh, okay. Well,
We got to re-import.
let's import some more pictures. You can talk
Tony.
to Siobhan. What were you gonna say?
Nothing.
What happened?
Nothing. Siobhan, do you have any questions?
I do. I have more money comments.
Damn, everybody's so
Dang.
generous today. What's happening? It's like,
I don't know. Connor gave us $10 just to try and bribe us to show his picture.
but I don't know how to do that.
Not going to work, Connor.
Find the name Connor. Find
Brock.
Sarah Connor.
Brock gave us $20 and said thanks for the great content and commentary. Thank you, Brock.
Thank you, Brock.
I
I think people just feel bad because they see what I have to put up with in the readers group. And they're like, Chelsea should have money for therapy.
we'll take your pity money. Tony, is stock photography a big fat waste of time now?
We haven't. I can't say that I can answer that. I don't
No,
know.
we're out of the game a little bit.
Even at its height, it was a very long game. Like you would spend years investing in creating photos before you could earn the money. We got into it a little bit late, but we definitely had, a shoot where we spent, I don't know, 4 hours shooting and prepping and then
Well,
another
actually,
8 hours editing.
we
and
didn't get
posting.
into it late. We got into microstock late because you had your own stock site, and then Google Images came along and wiped out that.
Yeah.
And
we
then
moved into
we
microstock.
moved into microstock.
Just like maybe a year after the peak or something. Still when we thought it was growing, but it wasn't.
It was actually
But-
growing because Yuri Arkers came along just a year before us and was so successful that he started his own microstock company, and he makes millions and millions and millions.
But nonetheless, we had shoots where we, if we look back on it now, any given shoot that took a couple of days work, made, I don't know, $5,000 or something, some amount that would totally be worth it. I don't know if you can make that money
it's
now,
like
though.
anything else. Like you can't just walk into some type of photography and just make big bucks. I think if you can be innovative and bring something new there, a lot of people are still buying stock photos. I buy stock photos sometimes.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say it's worth it, if nothing else, for the learning experience.
Yeah.
But I'm confident you can make money at it, or else people wouldn't be doing
Yeah,
it at
Eric
all.
Lowenbach sells for Getty, and he just sold a photo. I don't want to give away too many details. I don't know if he's private about it, but he just made a bunch of money from one photo. So
Yeah, I think we talked ourselves into it. But you have to develop a workflow. You have to
Yeah.
become efficient at it, just like any other job. And once you become efficient at it, yeah, you can make money. You can make real
you could
money.
make money. You could get money comments.
Beautiful colors. Had none.
My perception of money is going to get really screwed up. I'm like, kids, you sit around, people throw money comments at you. That's life. I like this contrast. That bear makes me nervous. I'm going to give it a pick. Wow.
Dang, this spot is amazing. I feel like you must have lined this up and then waited for somebody to come into the frame. which
That's
is
how you
great.
do it.
I'll
The
give you a
Salk
pick.
Institute. Do you think that's like Jonas Salk?
Oh, probably so. Fantastic shot. This it just doesn't feel deliberate to me.
Well, we can.
You know what I mean? Because it's a little off kilter and it's a little unbalanced. Like the upper right corner is just empty.
It's also not exposed for the chess pieces. But
Dang.
I do like the light through the frosty pieces. Though that looks cool.
Well, let's
This
just give this drone shot
beautiful-
a pick. Just what a great eye you had composing around those fields.
Nice.
Gorgeous. Oh, that's a great eye
you
too.
found something beautiful.
Great shot, Dirk. Cats.
Cats.
It's
There's contrast. One's gray and one's black.
yeah.
Ooh, this ain't real, is it?
I don't know. Maybe other people can see the stars. We're too close to cities to see
Like
stars at
stars? Are
all.
those still a thing?
Gorgeous picture. Dang. Contrast 1 of 1.
1 of 1. It's a lot of, I'm not seeing a ton of contrast, but I do like your picture. Angel of the North. He's talking about me. It's nice. I like the colors. The silhouette definitely gives contrast. Okay. Tony, did you want to talk about Ready Player One?
Sure.
Or do you not want this live show to take place anymore? Your choice.
Ready Player One is a book and an audiobook that is becoming a movie. So there were trailers out right now. It's just announced that like they just released a trailer at Comic-Con and it looks like it's going to be amazing. I read the book a couple of years ago and I listened to the audiobook again. You can listen to it. It's read by Will Wheaton and it's only 14 hours, which you'd be surprised how quickly that goes by if you're just listening to something every day while you're commuting
Do you get
or
that
you're working out or
little
you're
like
editing photos.
depression when your book ends, when your audio book ends, and you realize you're in the last bit? And you're like, no, 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 no! I want to exist in this world just a little bit longer. It's over.
That's an easy problem to solve. You just sign up for Audible at audible.com/photo. You can get yourself a free trial and just see if you like it. But I bet you will because it's awesome to be able to listen to books instead of just listening to the dumb radio.
Yeah,
or
and when
Pandora
you
or
sign up for
something.
your free trial, you also get a free book.
Right.
So
And
you can listen to Ready Player One along with Tony at audible.com/photo. That's PHOTO. Are you going to be telling me all about that?
I think you should just listen to it.
I should
yourself.
listen. We should go see the movie.
Oh, I'm definitely going to see the movie. Okay. Thanks for sponsoring us, Audible.
Another one like that. I love this. Pick.
Yeah, those colors are so gorgeous. We just don't have colors like that in New England. Our colors are like
We do.
gray rocks and then brown water.
Yes, we do. Block Island. We were just there.
Oh, that's true. Block Island does have nice beaches.
These two. Very cool.
That's great. You get a pick. I love that shape. And you work the light into it. Really nicely done.
Eric Rose. Good contrast. Pinks and blues and lights and darks. Very pretty.
Fire is a difficult thing to photograph. I would just
I love these
like
embers.
get in a little tighter and just think about the story that you're telling and crop everything that's not a key part of the story out of the shot. Yeah. But I think you nailed the exposure and everything. A little bit higher f-stop too.
I love
Well, you're
this.
Yeah.
We are lacking
Fabio.
contrast here because there's no whites. I guess there's some red and green here. Pretty rolling hills. Felix. Lots of contrast, definitely. What's going on here? It's so bright. You like it?
Yeah, I like it though. My eye doesn't rest anywhere. It's skylines like that can be tough because there's just no particular focal point. But I think it's perfectly done.
I like all of the starburst though. Pretty. This is a lot of nice contrast. You have color contrast and light contrast.
Yeah, and the jellyfish
I
are
like
really the way the aquariums light them up is gorgeous.
Yeah. Whoa. Too spooky.
Yeah, another great skyline shot. The sky is black. You might want to shoot it a little bit earlier in the night. But I understand you don't always have that option.
I'm just checking out under here.
That's the London Bridge.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. Good color contrast.
Yeah, I think the sky here is cool, but again, most of the frame here is just kind of gray cloud. So a different composition might help it, or maybe even zooming in on a more compelling part of the skyline, like the part of the skyline with the buildings. Nonetheless, I think it's a cool shot.
Okay. Oh, this is pretty. I like this shape here. It's pretty dark though. So if you go out earlier, then you'll still get that nighttime feel and all of the lights, but you'll have a bit more interest in the sky as far as colors go.
Check chapter 10 in Stunning Digital
That's our book.
Photography. Lots of
Bet you didn't know about it.
night photography tips.
Wow.
That is some contrast, all
That's
right.
contrast.
This is photoshopped.
No, it's not. Stop.
Marcolini Pepperino.
I like the name. I'm going to give him a pick.
Yeah, I like that shot.
Colino Pepperino.
Green carrot.
Green carrot.
That's embarrassing.
Sometimes that happens to me. It happened to me tonight, and it told me my own live show was on. Whoa, this is contrast of mood and colors.
I love that shot. You get a pick.
You get a pick. It makes me feel.
This makes me think of, though, don't you feel like you want that tower out of there? Yes.
Yes.
Shoot, what's that show about the hacker? That's what it makes me think of. He always wears a hoodie.
Gosh, what is that show?
Mr.
Robot.
Right.
Robot.
Right.
Reminds me of Mr. Robot. Oh, the shot's awesome. Does this dude know that she's on his head? Is she a parasite of some kind?
Why would you say that about this beautiful child?
I don't know. The dude just seems unaware that this is going on.
He seems like a dad. You just get used to your kids crawling all over you. I would probably just crop out this bit over here.
Yeah, you could probably tighten it up just a little bit.
And I
like a little bit of the heads in there.
yeah, me
some
too.
Context, but
Let me make it 8 by 10.
they had a Hillary rally. I wonder how that worked out. Have you guys heard anything?
Tony, please don't hurt me. I want to give that a pick. I really love the expression, and I think there's a lot of story there. I like that photo a lot. Beautiful.
Yeah, this is a
Pick.
fantastic example. Fantastic shot, Ivan. I know, I don't know. I just really like it. Simple composition, just literally black and white.
A lot of contrast. You get color contrast, light contrast. I'm going to give that a pick. You really followed the theme. Jacob.
MS Pueblo.
It's interesting. I wish that there was more payoff in the window, but
Yeah.
natural
like a
framing
dove
is cool.
flying through it or something.
Jake Air Sky Porn. It's a dramatic name.
Yeah, you just have to straighten that out. And again, some sort of focal point in here would really help if it was footsteps or a V of geese
Footsteps.
or a dog running down the beach or something. Definitely make it more
She's
powerful.
playing beach soccer. Very cool. Jealous.
I like this. I feel like
Yeah.
James went out of his way to make a contrasty photo, and I like the kind of juxtaposition of the two instruments. Nicely done. This is an evil building, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are those, like 3 eyes on the top of it?
Fans.
Well,
It
that's
generates
weird, though.
its
I've never
own
seen
energy.
it. Does
made it up.
what?
I just made it up.
Oh,
I like the picture.
awesome picture. You got to pick.
Okay, Siobhan, any
James
last
Lemon just bought
questions
one of my
before we
prints.
wap it up?
Just pop in that little
Sure.
bit. You get a pick, James. Thank you.
We have 2 more money comments.
I have no idea what's going on today.
I don't know. Bart gave 10 euros and said, "Thanks for entertaining and educating. Keep up the good work."
Thank
John
you, Bart.
Robertson gave us 10 New Zealand dollars and said, "Fun show. Thanks."
Hey, thank
Great
you.
job, Joe.
But Siobhan, you should come to trivia night with us because sometimes they ask about currency, and I feel like you're an expert on it now.
Oh, no.
Mm-mm.
I have questions.
Okay.
Get a pick, Joe. Group. I
Troy
like the shot.
wants to know, how
Oh.
hard was your first flash shot or shots, and how bad did they turn out?
Flash is really hard to work with.
Yeah, like learning to balance, it's very difficult. So I don't remember the exact first shots, but I do remember a lot of the errors made. There was a lot of blown out skin and unnatural light and greasy looking hair and
Yeah, I did wildlife photography and like nature photography for the longest time, so I didn't have any experience with flash. And then when I started working with it, I was terrible.
when we started
Just
doing
terrible.
stock. Yeah.
Started being the guy who was like, "Oh, I'm a natural light photographer," when really it just meant I didn't have enough experience to get decent effects out of unnatural light.
I still don't use flash often. I'll use strobes more often, so it always takes me a little while to get back into using a flash.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think over the years the style has changed. Like nowadays, natural light is just more in. It's a little, you don't necessarily even need to get into it anymore, but
No, I would just agree with that. I think it's an important skill to have because sometimes you need it even to fill out light in a natural environment, and people don't know how to do that.
oh, it is definitely an important skill to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
John, I would just back off on the grading of the sky. We have a video on fringing. Search our channel for fringe, and you'll see. Just use a graduated filter. And stuff.
What else, Shaban?
It's a cool shot, though.
Question, but probably for Justin. Is producing the videos like Wanderlust a difficult job?
It can be a little bit, but it's not. No, not too bad. You just have to pay attention. It's just like doing video and audio at the same time can be challenging, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. It's definitely a group effort too, because you're really good with the audio and video stuff. And then we're all on location, so Tony and I will help find light or composition or the area. So we all work together, and it's still really difficult. You'll get the drone footage.
Yeah, I think the production is really hard. Organizing all the footage is an immense task, and then sorting through it and figuring out what the story is
Trying to
going
make
to
a
be.
story because you don't know what's going to happen. It's not like we're going to go on a trip and then plan everything that happens. We just do whatever we want to do and then hope there's a story there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's hard.
Tricky.
8 hours of footage will boil down to 10 minutes or something finally
Yeah.
produced. Whew.
Yeah, and then I usually write the voiceover like I got to make this make sense for people.
Yeah.
Let me walk y'all through this. This is a great picture. I like how it's so like such a formal photo shoot, but she's eating yogurt. Like this is a pick and 5.
Yeah, it's just a
I
really
really
cute
love
picture.
it. Yeah. It's some combination. I've never really seen a photo like this before, staged and candid. Really interesting.
Yeah, I like your expression too. It's funny. Oh my God, they're cute. Wow. I feel like other schools have the cutest school kids, right?
Yeah.
They put them in these awesome, or the countries rather, they put them in these awesome outfits. I'm kind of a level that rest. I'm kind of flipping through because I know we're running out of time.
It's time, but we'll get a few more in.
I
So
think you've actually
HDR
flattened
can
this.
kill your contrast. HDR will actually make your photo look very flat if you don't do it properly.
I'm not sure it's HDR. I think the picture might have just been overexposed and they tried to recover it. Maybe it's HDR. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that too. That happens with me in videos sometimes.
Yeah.
Justin,
The
how
highlights all end up looking flat and gray.
bench? Is this like the contrast of man-made and nature? I feel you, Mark.
That's a cool shot. I would definitely brighten it up some.
I like the movement. Wow, that's a lot of contrast. I'm gonna give that a pick. Very beautiful.
Yeah, that's a beautiful shot. It really is. You deserve a pick, Martin.
Okay.
You ready to head out? Thanks for joining us, and thank you to our sponsor, Audible. You can get a free audiobook at audible.com/photo. Listen to your audiobooks. Right, yeah. Start yourself with a trial. Listen to your audiobooks while you travel, work out, drive, whatever. It's way better than just listening to the radio or something. Thank you for sponsoring us. Thank you to Siobhan out in Philly and Justin. And we'll see you guys next week when our theme is action.
Action. Real live action. Siobhan, anything else before we go?
Someone just said NASA's a waste of money, which is real dumb.
What's a waste of money?
NASA.
NASA's a waste of money.
Didn't we get X-ray technology from figuring out how to get on the
We got
moon?
like so many technologies just from
Didn't
NASA.
we get MRI technology from that as well? I'm trying to remember which technologies we got from NASA. But yeah, you should look into it if you think NASA's a waste of time. They've definitely invented a lot of things that are crucial, especially like diagnostic medical tools and things like that. They could have saved your life. How about that?
The argument is always, I think we should solve homeless before we start putting people on the moon.
Yeah, but then the argument's like, well, why don't they get a job? And then they don't solve that either.
Yeah, it's tough because how you divide resources up like that, it's challenging. It's always a compromise. You always, if you give to one, you take from another. But at the same time, yeah,
That's
as we
not
look back
true
at
because
history,
money isn't real.
that's part of it. But also, we have people who are rocket scientists and who are into that, and we can't take those resources and get them to solve other problems going on in the world. So we might as well use them as effectively as we can. We also don't know what the future holds. You know, if a comet starts heading directly, or an asteroid starts heading to the Earth and could threaten it, or if some other life-threatening thing starts to happen on the Earth, like, we're all going to be like, NASA, why weren't you on this already?
Possibly.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm a big fan of NASA. I think they've done a lot of amazing things.
And all the stuff they've proven or disproven, theories and stuff.
That's true.
Super important.
That is super important. I think we're all in agreement here that NASA's important. So, hate to take the hard stance, but we did it. Controversial. And we'll see you next week.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye. Thanks, Siobhan.
That is all.
You're welcome.
Yo, welk.